Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello. Well, these don't work. I'm just putting them on. Hello, everyone watching Lewis Schaffer's live stream. Not fridge side night stream. You don't want to see what my kitchen looks like. You want to see what my kitchen looks like. Do you want to see the clothes? There are the clothes. There's the kitchen. There's the kitchen. Over there. Can you see that? Can you see that? If you were married to Lewis Schaffer, this is where you wouldn't be living here. I couldn't stand you. MC Scott is here. Darklands is here. Andy is here. Streaky Bacon is here. Andy. Leanne is here. Hello, beautiful, beautiful Leanne. Hello, how are you, Leanne? We'll have to find out. Carrie B is here. All the ladies. Ulrich. Is this the old Ulrich? Ulrich von or whatever your name was. Ulrich. There we go. Oh, it's going to be a busy night tonight. Sharp is here. Why did GB off you? I off them. I told them, go F yourself. I don't want to be on your show. I don't want to be on your show. And I think they were a bit surprised. They begged me. They said, please, Lewis, please don't go. Please don't go. We could talk about that later. We don't have to. I don't know what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm a little bit tired. I am, whoa. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my God. Can you hear me? Which part of the kitchen does your butler have? His quarters. Listen, no one needs to know how super successful I am, Streaky Bacon. You don't need to know. I have to be a man of the people. I'm an American. I'm so much richer than you people. I'm so much... Oh, damn. There we go. Don't go anywhere. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. I didn't do the sound. I should have done the sound. I didn't do the sound. Oh, look what's happening here. We're shaking up and down. Okay, we're not going to shake now. We're not shaking. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. I'm just going to set the settings to make the screen a little bit larger for me. I've been watching Stephen Allen's program. Very good. That's how you make friends. You say, very good. Kinda know GB News will be begging you back. Yes, they're begging me now. I don't talk about it because it's really unseemly. I don't talk about every single day they call me. Every single day they beg me. And I don't know. I've got to be nice. You've got to learn to be nice to people. You've got to be nice to people. You got to be cool. You got to be calm. You got to be together. All I know is love will save the day. Anyway, so I was watching Stephen Allen's program. He's lovely. He's smart. He does jokes and he does material or something. And I think to myself, you know what? I'm going to do less. I'm going to do less than what he does. The hair is great. Thank you very much. That's what I thought to myself. I thought, I'm going to do less. I'm going to do, everyone's always saying you got to work hard. He's got a theme song. He's got these bits and pieces in there. He asks for money appropriately. And I think that basically I'm doing as well as he's doing. I'm doing as well as he's doing. Joodles told me that I should go do it. And because I am I'm like weak to you people. You people think that you can just push me around and that I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. But I'm Lewis Schaffer. I'm an internationally famous TV, stage, and film celebrity. Recently seen on GB News. I don't have to do anything that you people want me to do or ask me to do. Fresh coconuts here. It should have been. I watched your interview with Francis Foster. It should be a bit longer. That's the ultimate that's the best compliment you should have. Is that it should have been longer. It was I don't know. I was in a very, I'm good when I'm speaking to people. Well, you think I'm speaking to you. I know you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, he's looking at me in the eyes. And I'm not interested. Just got off the phone. You watched it, Lewis. Yes, I watched pretty much it all. I watched it all. It was good. But it's not Lewis Schaffer. And that's the thing about me. This is totally There's no other show like this. There's no other. You chill out, Lewis. You deserve it. I should chill out. I am chilling out. You feel guilty because I've had to say no to GB News. I've had to say no. I've had to say no. I say, listen, stop calling me. And it's hard to do because you could see them crying. You know, they're crying. I mean, they didn't see it over there. It's on the phone. They're crying. They're crying. Please, Lewis, please. Please. I said, listen, this is not a no forever. There will be possibly a yes. Anyway, Leanne is here. Look, Leanne. Everybody say hello to Leanne. She's saying hello to us. I noticed that Mr. Cuff was watching the show as well, and Nonstick Nick was watching the show, and Joodles was watching the show. So that Stephen Allen's show, which is which is fabulous. The one thing you could say about me is what a great guy I am. Absolute great guy is that I am so generous with my affection for everybody in the business. That's what I do. That's if there's one thing that I'm famous for, it's actually caring about people. If you say, well, you've had a chance to watch Lewis Schaffer for 214. This is our 270th show, 274th show, 274 is the total numbers of shows. And you've watched me. What have you learned about Lewis Schaffer? And let me tell you, this is what I hear about me all the time. Generosity of spirit. That's what I hear about. Not just spirit. I give everything of myself. All the money that I have, I give to you. All the love I give to you. And that's what you have to be. You say, what is the key to being an internationally famous comedian from stage and screen and TV? Recently seen on GB News. What have you learned? You learned you have to be a great guy, and that's one thing that I am. I am a great guy. I'm a great guy, that I'm willing to come into my home here, my humble home, which is so much larger than your homes. I mean, let's be honest. It's brilliant. I've learned that you're kinder than you pretend. Yeah, I'm kind. I'm a really great guy. I'm so kind. That Joodle says it right there. Kinder. There you go. And Sharp is here. Hello, Sharp. Welcome. Sharp wanted to know why I'm not on GB News, because at some point you got to say no. And I said no to them. I'll come back at some point in the future, but I said if in order for me to be on GB News, they've got to agree with everything. It's got to be the Lewis Schaffer Broadcasting Company. The only reason GB News, according to Streaky Bacon, have in pestering Lewis is to inquire about the missing clothing items from the staff dressing rooms. Those items were left behind. They would have had to be thrown out. So I'm doing them a favor. When I come to your home, Streaky Bacon, and I take your clothes, they will be only the clothes that I'm doing you a favor by taking them. You don't have to say to me, Lewis, can you take the mink coat? I'll just know, you don't want the mink coat anymore. It's not because, I'm stealing it or whatever. Show us some more rooms. Perhaps you have only one. Well, here's the kitchen. Can you see the kitchen? This is the look out the window. There's the sink. There's the microwave, which I barely use. I should give you a tour like that. I think I'm a little bit too open. Do you think I'm too open? I'm too open. It's too like you know too much about me. Basically, current lounge temperature here is 17 degrees Celsius, which is rather warm. Here, I would assume it's not super hot here. Let me go get my thermometer. You just stay right here. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Okay, this is from the other room. 25 degrees, actually 24.9, and it's 50 degrees humidity, 50% humidity. 50%. I think 50% is a good humidity. Your nose is not that. My nose has gotten bigger over time. But I'm a Jew, and Jews have big noses. You have to be a good Jew to stop to get back on, and you will. Stop to get back. You have to be a good Jew, period. Stop. You have to be a good Jew, period. Stop to get back on, and you will. Okay. How about punctuation, Alex? I mean, sharp. I appreciate that. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But remember, it's 24 degrees, 25. Here it's 25.0. So what exactly is that in terms of Fahrenheit? Let's just see what that is. I'm going to see what that is. Hold on a second. 25 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. Okay, let's see what that is. 77 degrees. It's like we're in whatchamacallit. We're in Tenerife. I think that's what it is. I don't ever use a microwave. Reheated food is disgusting. You're right. You're right. It's disgusting. Microwave meals are unhealthy. I have a stove and an oven. That's all I need. Air fryers are a trend. I've got my new air fryer here. You could go find me on Facebook and buy my air fryer. It's a really good air fryer. It's one of those double ninja air fryers. True nose and ears grow forever. I guess they do grow forever. I mean, I pretty much have relatively small ears. What about your pee-pee? Does that grow forever? Julian, hello, Julian. He says your ears and nose are never growing. Never growing. They're never growing. I don't know if that's true. What is that true? Air fryers are not a trend, my friend. This is what Rocket League says. They're not a trend. Well, what are they then? Jesus said, and he was a good Jewish lad, a tree is known by its fruit. And I would say your tree produces an excellent variety of fruit. Thank you. I think you're talking about C1 and C2, the two boys. And they seem to be all right. I am a little bit, I mean, I should be more loving to them. I'm a bit fed up with them. I'm a bit fed up. I'm roasting in my living room, says Darklands, due to the log fire. The rest of the house is freezing. Are you allowed? Are log fires allowed in Britain now? We used to have a log fire when I was a resident of my wife's place. All my meals are bacon and egg in the microwave, so I will live forever. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to believe about microwave ovens. I don't know. I don't like to use it. I tell you when I use microwaves. When I make sausages, and I've been so convinced that you can die of sausage poisoning, right? So I always put the sausage, after I fry the sausage, I put it in the microwave for a minute or so or less, just to get the insides. Is that right? Is that a smart thing to do? Have you got liners for your Ninja air fryer yet? If not, they are a must. What is a liner? What does the liner do? It took me like days to clean it. Days, and maybe I ruined it. I don't know. Everyone says that about air fryers, fresh, until they get one. I've not turned the oven on for 3 years. Yeah, well, it's a bit stupid to turn an oven on. You're heating up a huge space for a tiny little thing for a couple of seconds. You know, I don't know. Is it air fryers that save that, or maybe it's just best to use a microwave? Good call, Joodles. We rid the house of our entire oven and hob unit. Yes, maybe that's what we need to do. I don't use it anymore. I don't use the oven anymore. No, I mean your content, humor and banter, Vantanai is saying. I don't know what I jumped a step and now I'm not. I use my oven for storage now. Yes, that's a good point. You could use. I used to use my refrigerator to put books. What did Vantanai say that needs clarification? I don't know where this is. It's way up here. Keith Bexley is here. Hello, Keith. Hey, everybody, if you're listening and you haven't commented, comment so I know that you're here. I listened to all of Stephen Allen's thing. I didn't say anything. I was lying in bed and I was like being like lazy. I was being lazy, but maybe I should have. You should always content. You should always comment so that they know that you're there. Lewis, exactly, Lewis. No need for full-sized ovens for lots of households. Yeah, that's basically true. I use what do they call the hob? Is that the hob? Is that what it's called? The hob? The to do this the fry, when you fry stuff, what is that called? What is that called? But that you're right, MC. There's no need for it. Your content is your fruit. A tree is known by its fruit. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. You're saying my fruit are my children. And I'd like to believe that. I haven't done DNA tests on them. And maybe I should do DNA. Are you saying I should do DNA tests on my kids? I should do DNA tests on my kids to see if my kids. No, not to see. Mr. Stephen Allen, of course you should have commented. I needed the numbers. But that is that the numbers? No, I was there listening to it. So the numbers were there. Stephen Allen. I thought I did very. It's hard to listen to Steve because he's like professional and he's got jokes and he's prepared and I don't like that really. I'm not going to be that way. But yeah, I recommend listening to Stephen Allen. Stephen Allen, the mustard tree. There you go, Lewis. That's you told. That's you told. That's you told. What did I say? Even if I'm not commenting, the numbers are still there. The numbers are still there. Hold on a second. Hey, while I have you here, make sure you like the stream. Make sure everybody likes the stream. Basically. So whatever. I had a family of 7 Iraqis move into my oven and council pay me loads of cash every month. Streaky bacon. It's a good joke. It's a bit old. Well, that's it. I'm not commenting here now. Okay, you did. You showed your face. Now you make everybody feel uncomfortable because the teacher is watching. The master is watching. I always call them hot plates before I learned how to cook. Before I learned how to cook, I think the comma is extra. I called them circle things. Are they called hot plates? I don't know. What are they called? I mean, I have an electric stove. We're plugging his show. Go watch his show later. Maybe put the thing down. Exactly. The reclaimed space where the oven was now houses a handy cooking stuff. Okay, very good. You're probably right. I used to have 1, 2, 3. I used to have 4 refrigerators here. Now I've got this big one. I've got 2 small ones. One doesn't work. One's was a freezer, and the other one is where I keep all of the carby stuff. My son came back. He went to the shop, and he brought back a non-carb food for me. Cheesecake. I go, cheesecake is a carb food. I had some of it. I just had the cheesecake filling. I did not have the other thing. I didn't have the bottom stuff, which is delicious, but I didn't have it. No. Your show and your stuff, what happened there? What did I miss there? Your show and all the stuff you say, the humor and the banter is your fruit. Okay. I don't feel it. What is this? I don't even know. I wish I could hear you people a little bit. Not too much. I don't want to actually communicate, but I wish I could hear you. Complicated question for me. I don't have a God, but was brought up in a Christian environment, Leanne. So what was the question that you were asked? What have you been up to? What were you up to over Christmas? What about the kids? How are the kids doing? Julian is here. Bet you have a hostess trolley. I have sort of a trolley over there, but I never move it. My son found it in the street. You've got a great size fridge beside you, no doubt. I have this thing here. I got the fridge. Andy's kissing Leanne. That's brilliant. If at first you don't succeed, well, how many chances do we get? I'm 68. I'm running out of time. What are your thoughts on dishwashers? Fresh Coconut asks. I think they take far too long, and half the stuff comes out dirty. And your car do cutlery in them, and you can't do cutlery in them or pans. It doesn't handle metal very well. Fresh Coconut, I'm with you. I don't want to. I don't need it. I got 3 boys here. I never cook. I use one frying pan if when I fry something, and I never cook. God loves a trier. Yeah, God love a trier? God wants to see you're in the game. He wants to know that you're busy. It's very soothing for God, I imagine, if there is a God. I remember when we used to do a prayer. We should go back to that. I love my chest freezer. It's super handy. What is it? Is that a big freezer you keep the deer meat in? Darklands, is that what you mean by a chest freezer? In Australia, they have fridges just for their drinks. I love that. Well, it gets hot and boily. You got to have that. Nude glasses. Yeah, these are my nude glasses. I don't need them, but they're a little bit... They make the world seem a little bit clearer. A little bit, not enough. Lewis, your eyesight must be great to see through those bins. What do bins mean? Is that an English rhyming slang kind of thing? I got rid of my dishwasher, Darkland says. Took up too much space and I hardly used it. Yeah, maybe I should get rid of my, I need my stove. My kid uses the stove. Yes, and the boy and his kite and a pylon, says Carrie B. What does that mean? What then, I says. See, speaking to Joodles, here we go. The only time I have to keep trying is on here. Explaining stuff is an art in this format. Yeah, it's an art. It's an art because if it's hard to explain, then it's hard to say it the first time. Because a lot of times I feel bad. I think, oh my God, I should be smarter than I am. I should know what you're talking about, but I don't. Mine left me and took the kids, Darkland. Oh, you were speaking to Mr. Cuff. Who took you? Your wife? Did your wife take the kids? What? Going back in time to read all these things. Anyway, so today is the 16th of January, 2026. January is almost over. Next week, I think Monday is the most depressed. Well, today is Friday, 16, 17, 18, 19. Basically, maybe next Monday or Tuesday are the most depressing days of the year. Glasses. Yeah, I'm wearing my glasses. Carrie B, his sister shouted Jimmy as smoke left his tracksuit. Okay. Dame Edna was a gay man who did drag. I think his name was Barry Humphries. If he was born 18 years ago, he'd probably be trans by now. His act wouldn't have been funny, probably, if he did it. If he just was like a guy wearing a dress. Everyone knew he was a guy wearing a dress, so he wouldn't have been able to do it. Am I right about that? Dame Edna was not gay. That's why I don't think he was gay. Barry Humphries, I'm not sure was gay. Was Barry Humphries gay? Let's Google that now. Are you ready to Google that, everybody? This is step 1 in the Google thing. Was Barry Humphries gay? No, he says he's not gay. He was a heterosexual male. He was a world renowned for his campy, cross-dressing ego. Was married 4 times to women and had 4 children. Probably gay. Are you noticing this? He had to marry 4 women just to convince people that he wasn't gay. Here's the question now. This is what we want to know. Is Lewis, I think I'm still alive. Is Lewis Schaffer gay? Does it say? What was Lewis Schaffer's? What is he doing now? Ken Lewis Schaffer. He helped create the character of a fake American comedy profile. 5 stars. Here we go. This is me. Great review. Oh my God, I love this. Billy Burr on Lewis Schaffer. That's perfect. Oh, Lewis Schaffer's a big star. Big star. A really big star. And then here we go. 26 people watching. Okay, we're moving on up. I don't think it says that I'm gay. I'm glad it said I wasn't gay because, now I don't think. He had another, Sir Les Patterson. Yeah, he was like, he's like those great British acts. Like Dudley, not Dudley Moore, the other one, Peter Cook. Lewis, dishwasher is much more cheaper than a washing by hand. I love cooking a whole salmon in a dishwasher covered without anything else. Interesting. You cook a salmon in a dishwasher, Carrie B. In a dishwasher. Barry Humphrey wasn't gay. He wasn't gay. Is he dead now? I think he's dead now. Yeah, he wasn't gay, but he was really funny. He was really funny. And he would talk to the people on the show and they would all laugh. I've seen a few of his videos just recently, a couple of days ago, and I just thought this guy is just brilliant. This guy. Perhaps you don't know about the horrors kids suffered in the 1970s and 80s with public information films. We didn't, yeah, you had public information films in this country. How can January be any more depressing than it has already been? Well, you realize you got to start preparing your taxes. That's how it gets a bit more depressing. And I haven't done that. And then I got to prepare for that show that I'm doing. Have you all bought tickets for the Lewis Schaffer show at Comedy Unleashed? Have you bought tickets? Let's get the tickets bought. Comedy Unleashed. Darklands, I don't know. Is it more depressing? Answer the question. I don't think it's more depressing. Barry Humphries had another drunk character. His sidekick was great. I think she was called Madge. Madge. I wish I was like Ed Byrne. Ed Byrne remembers all of these guys. Ed Byrne, meaning I wish I could remember people's acts. And I could do my own act, and I could do their act too. Remember the Kevin Can't Swim. Learn to swim, young man. No, I don't remember that, Carrie B. He was married. He had 4 kids, Barry Humphries. And anyway, what's the big deal? What's the big deal if he's gay? So what if he's gay? So what? Oh, yeah. It's more. Not enough kids in the world. That's why it's bad to be gay. Also, Barry had another alter ego as Sir Les Patterson. Yes, he did. He was multi-talented. I can barely do myself. I'm going to get some water from the refrigerator. So I respect for that. Those are real comedians. Real comedians. People watching me, they're thinking, is this a show? Is this an act? What the hell is this guy doing? Okay, let's see what's going on. Yes, Lewis is 17% gay. That is not 100. We can't be sure that that's accurate, that I'm 17% gay. What? Is that a lot? Is 17 a lot? A lot of my problems come because I'm not, I'm not, I wish I was more. Madge was very sad looking lady. So funny. We need to have more children. Yes, we do. We need more children. Lewis, yes, it's like steaming the whole salmon. It covers it with I cover the plastic foil, no detergent and no other plates, etc. Comes out gorgeous. Okay. I mean, it is kind of like a washing machine. It's a dishwasher. I have a pet anaconda, and she had a bad temper. Mr. Cuff says, I always thought you had to love someone to marry them, but I've been found to be wrong. Yeah, you don't have to love somebody, but you should grow. You can grow to love them, and that's one thing I didn't do. I grew to hate her. And she grew to hate me. Sorry, I was distracted. What have I missed? Yeah, you've missed that Barry Humphries is not gay, and Lewis Schaffer is not gay. I don't care what you've seen, what you've heard about me. I don't care what you've seen me do in the bathroom. I don't care how many men you know who say that I did something with them. I don't care. I don't care about the porn that's on my computer. I don't care about those things. Did you know that in the U.S. at 10 p.m. they would have a voice that comes on? Yes, that's true. I did know that. Yeah. At 10 o'clock, it started in New York. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? That was actually quite a scary thing. Yes, as parents, we're a lot more trusting of their children playing outside back then. No, it was just that the situation got wilder and wilder, and you needed to know, and parents were bad. I think that's what it was. It's not that kids were better back then. Is 17% a lot of gayness? My rabbi is not amused. Okay, bacon in the microwave is great. Yeah, microwave is an amazing thing. I've been told it's bad. You shouldn't get so close to it. I was leaning next to it. I'm thinking to myself, why the hell am I so close to this thing? Microwaves and bacon, match made in heaven. Just be sure to cover it. Yeah, I fry my bacon, but maybe you're right. Lewis, 83% doesn't care if I'm gay or not. That's Celia. Thank you very much. I don't care. I like girls. Because they don't like me. It makes it more of a game. Yes, it got wilder. Wonder what made it so wild. Immigration, maybe. Yes, basically, New York was invaded by people from the South of America or Puerto Ricans coming in from Puerto Rico. It really changed. I was watching a video of New York in the 1950s. And it was, we discussed on the earlier show, Top Cat, when New York was New York. But even then, New York is constantly being invaded. That's why maybe we shouldn't worry about it happening to this country. And a lot of people don't. I can't believe I said that. I don't believe that. But that's what the left are thinking. There's always been immigrants and it'll work itself out. Don't worry about it. I don't believe that, but that's what they believe. I love my microwave, but loved cooked meals more. Well, I love uncooked meals. So that's a tripart debate. Do you cook it in the dishwasher or the microwave? Do you cook it on the oven, or do you not cook it at all? You just eat it raw. I eat wild salmon, and I put it with the plastic bag in a pot of water, and then I take it out, and then I fry it ever so slightly. We were discussing Officer Dibble. You remember that? And what I thought was, these were new people who were moving into New York. New York wasn't always Jewish. You know what I mean? It became Jewish maybe 1860, 1870. By 1910, there was mass invasions. And by 1925, they actually banned people coming into America until 1965. You can look this up. I'm not making it up. Top Cat was first aired the day I was born, on September 27th, 1961. So young. You're 4.5 years younger than I am. Am I an older man in your eyes, Carrie B? There you go. I know a French woman who likes the raw mince thing, Tatar. Good to see you, Ulrich. I eat raw beef. Every country has raw food. Is a dish that at least one dish has raw food. People eat lots of raw food. They don't even know they're eating raw food. And it's not just sushi. Apparently, you only need to cook the outside of raw meat. It's only the outside which is exposed to the air. Yes, except for mince. That's my thinking is I cook the outside, all one, two, three, four, five, six sides for 10 seconds a side. That's all we need. That's all we need. I know Stephen Allen would make this a bit more interesting than it already is. Cooking proper meals is far healthier than using microwaves to heat up processed pre-made meals. They are a great yes. The processed food is not good. You're killing the meat. It kills a lot of the nutrients. Cooking does. If George Jetson was real, he would now be about 4 years old. Why would that be? Meet George Jetson. Why would that be? Mongols drink fermented milk. Even I cannot drink more than 3 pints. I guess you're making a joke. Kefir is fermented milk. Is fermented milk, basically. That's what that is. What food isn't processed anymore? Well, beef is just cut. That's not processed. Eggs, a whole egg is not processed. Okay, or, that's it. Eggs, cheese, milk. Sausages are processed, but they're not as processed. Can you sing the whole Jetsons theme tune for us? Meet George Jetson. Here's something, something. Well, we'll go to here. Okay, let's go back to here. Are you ready, people? We're going to go to here. The Jetsons. See, there we go. Jetsons theme music lyrics. Okay. Are you ready, people? Get ready. Meet George Jetson, his boy Elroy. There you go. Doesn't even mention his wife. His daughter Judy, Jane, his wife. Where's the rest of the song? Where is the rest of the song? Where's the lyrics here? Here, hold on. Oh, come on, people. Jetsons lyrics. Oh. Is that the entire song? Where are the lyrics to this? There's got to be more lyrics now. Lucy Van Pelt is here. Lucy Van Pelt. Hello, beautiful Lucy. Genius lyrics is a pain in the ass. I avoid it. Okay, well, what should I look at? Let me try to figure this thing out. I'm trying to figure it out. Jetsons lyrics. Theme music. Okay, let's go down here. Where is the lyrics? Okay. Meet George Jetson, Mr. McMahon and Sheamus. Is that the lyrics? I'm disappointed. Is that the lyrics? YouTube may give you a strike if you play the music. I'm not going to play it, Streaky. I'm not going to play it. Lucy says hello to Leanne, and MC. She wasn't feeling well, and she's back. She's back in the New York groove. And Leanne says hello to her. Frozen meat is far more convenient for storage. As it's there, but when you need it, it doesn't go off. But fresh meat tastes much more delicious and juicy, a fresh coconut. I agree. But what I do is I buy wadges of beef, and I cut it up into pieces. Each piece has between 150 and 200 grams, and then I either defrost it or I put it on the stove, and I let it defrost. Have you seen Marks and Spencer's beef burgers? Only 3 ingredients. What are the 3 ingredients, Alex? I do not do ready meals, as the wine and cigars do not like it. I love ready meals. I had. You remember when I went through that period when I had the lasagna, three days of lasagna, too much lasagna. Lewis, Carrie B says, I can't eat and won't eat TV dinners. Yes, I'm with you. Don't eat them. It's so hard to say no to food. It is really hard. I've been good today, even though I went out and had an ice cream. I went out and had an ice cream. My son brought home a bit of cheesecake. You know, you two may, okay. I mean, you got to be careful with the food you're eating. ChatGPT is awful for lyrics, as it will tell you it's a copyright issue. It will act as if you're asking for a 300-page novel. So are they not repeating lyrics anymore? Is it like our lyrics trademarked? I'm sure Danny Elfman was inspired by the Jetsons theme when he composed the Simpsons theme. Carrie B says, that's very interesting. I could see it's a very fresh tune. Meet George Jetson. You then sear it, Lewis. We know. Good for you. That's what I do. I sear it for 10 seconds, and then I eat it. You pop that beef cut, pop it in your pan, sear it, and serve it. Totally rare. It's totally rare on the inside. Yeah, and then I let it sit for a few minutes to warm up because it's still cold in the middle. Leanne, beef and chips with horseradish. Is that like eat beef and chips. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I don't know what we're talking about here. I want to find the lyrics for this thing. Can anybody find the lyrics? I'm going to look here. Jetson lyrics. Okay. Jetsons theme song, lyrics on demand. No. Neo Cities, could it be this? Is this the lyrics here? Website created from 2003. Oh my God, it's so primitive. I read my baby loud and clear. She just said, I love you, dear. Are these the lyrics? I'm not sure these are the lyrics. It's a mystery. The whole thing is a mystery. Life is a mystery. I hear you call my name, and it feels so just like a prayer to come and take you there. Corsai is here. Hello, Corsai. Best to the rest, then better than a wolf's dinner. Nirvana smells like Team Spirit. A ready meal is convenient to take to work. There is a microwave there, no cooker. Then when I have been organized, I fry up some ground beef and take that. Yeah, that's a way to go. I mean, what I used to do when I worked at my friend's business before she fired me is I used to just take beef and I used to scramble eggs. Beef and eggs. That's the easiest. Prefer Madonna's Live to Tell. I don't know that song. I do know that song. I don't know that song. I do know that song. I haven't had any Oreos. No, Leanne. No. I've been good. I mean, yesterday, not good. And the day before, not good. But I weigh 77.7 kilograms, which is up basically a kilo from my lowest. But it's like I'm in this range, which is like really brilliant. Really brilliant. And then today, I don't think I've had more than 60 grams of carbs, so I'm really going down. How have you been doing, Leanne? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Leanne. How have you been doing? Another track for the Now is that Really Music album. Yeah. What number are they up to now? Are they still putting those albums out? That's the only way you got to hear that music back then. Ich bin 78 kilos. That's what I weigh. Wow, that's light. It says 77 kilograms. 5'10" tall. But look what's happening to me here. Can you see that? Can you see? This is what happens. It's like I've got a crease in my face and I got this thing here. Yeah, I've been doing awful with my food. You got to watch. You got to watch your food, Leanne. Best Turkish chicken livers are at Levante, Lewisham. Where is Levante, Lewisham? Let me check on the map where that is. I used to go to Lewisham all the time. I haven't been to Lewisham in a really long time. Levante, Lewisham. Okay. Let's see where it is. Directions. How about that? Directions. Okay. Okay. By bus. By bus. The bus goes to Lewisham. Okay. I see where that is. Oh, I see where that is. 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 Yeah, Levante. I'll have to make a note of that. I haven't really got back on track with my food intake since Christmas. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't that bad with Christmas because I have no family. But I wasn't that bad. But now I've been bad for like I've been bad. I've been eating high carbs. And high carbs are really addictive. In the refrigerator there is cheesecake. It's cheesecake. But I think the cheesecake filling has less carbs and less calories than on average, than the entire cheesecake. I don't even know why. It's because the cheesecake has that base, has the crust on the bottom. Ain't weighed myself in about 20 years. Well, what size belt are you? What size jacket are you? You're fat. Are you fat? Sell there. I weigh myself at night and I weigh myself in the morning because I lose about 100 grams every single night. So if I'm asleep for 12 hours, I will lose 1.2 kilos. So let's say I go to sleep and I weigh 90 kilograms. 79 kilograms. Is in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll weigh 77.8 kilograms. I only learned ich bin on Sunday. Who would have thought? Ich bin ein Berliner. Well done, Leanne. Cheesecake for breakfast. I want to have a bite of it here. I want to have a bite. But you have one bite, and you're going to want a second bite. That's the problem. And you feel like, oh my God, I got to have a second bite. Then you have a second bite. And then you feel like absolutely horrible because you finish the entire thing. I always feel embarrassed when I buy something in a shop that says vegan. You should be, because it's made with horrible stuff. I'm not buying it because I'm a vegan, but because I like the product. Dark chocolate is vegan. Yeah, but you shouldn't have chocolate either. Chocolate's horrible. 11 Lewis Grove. I'm sure you will remember that address. There are two Levans, but the Lewis Grove is best. Okay. Let me just see where it says that. Yeah, there it is. I see exactly where it is. It's on the street. It's on the street where it's not on the street. You got to walk off the street that has the all the shops on it. And look at all the shops. They got some amazing shops in there on Lewisham High Street. Interesting. It's not interesting. It is interesting, but it's not amazing. And it's not that it's not amazing. Just do Russ's eating the pizza. Yes, you got to imagine yourself eating the pizza. That's exactly right. That's what Russ said to me. He said, don't go eat the pizza, but just imagine you're eating the pizza. The cheesecake, but the cheesecake, just imagine it instead. Imagine me going over to the pizza, to the cheesecake, and me taking a spoon and scraping the top of the cheesecake off. I said to my son, don't get it for me. Don't get it for me. Don't get that for me. He says, I'm going to get you an ice cream. I said, do not get me an ice cream. And I said, just buy whatever you want, but do not buy carbs. No sugars, no carbs. And he brought this home and he said to me, he said it was 50% off sale at Co-op. Would you have bought it if you passed it by? Yes, you would have. And I had to admit that I would. White chocolate is the best, but I'm not actually sure it's really chocolate. It doesn't have any chocolate fat, white chocolate. I used to love white chocolate as a kid. I used to go to the shop on the corner of Middle Neck Road and Allenwood Road, and I used to eat white chocolate. Just tons of it, tons of it, tons of it. I don't know how kids can eat that stuff and still be alive. The amount of G&Ts I've pretended to enjoy since quitting the booze is quite unhealthy. Just as well, they don't count. Enjoyed each one, though, yes. Why are you saying you did have the G&Ts, or if you thought about having it? I would feel less embarrassed buying period products on behalf of a woman, as there is nothing embarrassing about periods, as it means you're fertile. Women should not be. Thank you, Coconut. Lewis, yes, great Italian deli and Polsky shop a few doors down. The food is so fresh and not expensive. Well, we'll have to go there, Carrie B. You'll take me there, or I'll take you there. Hold on a second. Who's here? Who's here? Okay, there we go. The Milky Bar kid was string and tough, despite his white chocolate diet. Was strong, Ulrich. I think that's what you mean. Segutli and Bistashane, Bistashane. I pretended to enjoy each one. No G&Ts touched my lips in my presence. Yeah, that's what Russ was saying. Thank you, Joodles, for pointing that out. Lewis, I'm about the same height and weight as you, 5'10", and the doctor said I have to lose cholesterol rapidly. F your doctor. Just tell your doctor he's an idiot. Just smile at him and just don't. Why do you have to lose cholesterol? So since the new year, I stopped chips, crisps, chocolate, etc., and all processed food. Yes, but don't worry. Don't do it because you want to drop your cholesterol. You don't want to eat that food. What kind of doctor says you've got to stop, you got to lower your cholesterol? Can you believe it? Can you believe this doctor is called a doctor and has some respect in the community for being that stupid? Lewis, anyone remember when dogs had white poo? It was the bone meal. Is that right? And it's like they've been feeding people calcium, and calcium is not good for you. It doesn't help your bones. You know, bones are like 60% protein. You know, it's like a matrix of protein and calcium. It's not all calcium. At least not initially. That's a good point. Gin is disgusting. It tastes like the end of a battery. Well, gin is a very British food, a very British drink. Maybe it's the most British drink there is. Hold on. Oh, sneezing. Okay. What's everyone drinking? Keith More Than Conquers is here. Good to see you, Keith. What are we all drinking? I don't think we should drink. Drinking is worse than food. Joodles is snuggled up. How sexy is that? It sounds amazing. I'm on duty with the lovely Dutch lady tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's the one you find attractive. Okay. Wow, I sure do, Carrie B. Haven't seen white poo in many, many years now. Though no, I guess what happened? They stopped putting the calcium in there.
There we go.
There you go. There we go. Gareth Thompson is subscribed. Thank you, Gareth, for subscribing. What's happening here? That American doctor getting ripped a new one was great. Which American doctor is that one? Bless you, Lewis, says MC Scott. Mark DeRosian is here. It's not the cholesterol. What did I do? I missed the thing here. It's not the cholesterol levels that are the problem, as cholesterol is essential for the body and for hormones. Yes, you need to look at the triglyceride level to have a better understanding. That is true. You want to have low triglycerides, but you don't want to. If you just eat red meat and eggs and cheese and don't eat carbs, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You don't need to take all these stupid tests. And I've taken a million of them. Lewis, all this health stuff is new to me. Doctor said I was a walking heart attack or a stroke, suggesting statins in the future. Fuck that. So I'm eating healthy. Yes, that's the right attitude to have, Streaky Bacon. Yeah, just eat the right foods. Eat the right foods. How do these doctors know? They just, you know what it is? You go to the NHS in Denmark Hill. They were, and then maybe they're less fat than they were, but they were so fat. They're fat. They're fat. You want to say, how could you work in a hospital and be that fat? But maybe they get the free shots. Does vodka count as carbs? And is it made from Russian potatoes? I don't think there's any carbs in vodka. But I think that vodka is really bad. Alcohol is just really bad for the body. It's toxic. It's toxic, whether it's made from Russian potatoes or not. I've sung a lot of German music and picked up some up like that. I can get by when I'm traveling there. Vatnai is talking to Leanne. I've translated it, Vatnai. Okay. I've learned so much about I don't believe in any pills. I don't believe that medicine is a medicine. I don't believe in medicine is a medicine. I've translated it. Troglodytes and lipids are wrong. Not triglycerides. Triglycerides, Streaky Bacon, are wrong. He told me in my body, all new to me, watching YouTube videos to educate myself. Yeah. Go to Dr. Berg. Go to what's the guy's name? Go to Ivor Cummings. There's so many of them. Carnivore diet. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Sorry, I really believe in this stuff. What was the HDL, LDL, and the tri numbers? To find out, divide the number with the HDL number, hopefully under 2. Yeah. I mean, if you eat properly, it'll all go down. It'll all be beautiful. Josh Hawley questioned doctor about men being pregnant. Says she didn't know what to say. Yeah. That's why they hire women nothing personal, Joodles. But that's why there are women doctors. Oh, but there are still lots of good women doctors who I follow. I don't remember their names anymore because I'm losing my mind. Ivor Cummings is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant. I should find the list of all of the doctors. Let's go here. Let's go here. List of carnivore doctors. Let's see if it comes out with a list. Sean Baker. I don't know who these other two are. I know who they are, but I don't really like them that much. Sean Baker is one. And this guy, Dr. David Unwin, he's up there, up where you guys are, up there in whatever that place is, by like north of Liverpool, like Lytham up there. UK Carnivore Find Doctors. UK Carnivore on YouTube. There's Dr. Boz. Also, I watch a lot of Dr. Boz. Okay, Dr. Boz, Sean Baker, Anthony Che, Ken Berry. I would start with Ken Berry. He's brilliant. Ken Berry. Ken Berry. Let's see what else there is here. Paul Mason, he's the Australian guy. At one time I was watching maybe 3,000 hours of YouTube videos. Paul Mason, Ken Berry, Michael Eads. He was like an original. He's like old school Michael Eads. And then there's the other guy who used to work with Dr. Atkins. Dr. Kiltz, even that guy. I mean, he wasn't there for me in the beginning. Gary Fetke. In fact, he was banned by Australia. Dr. Gary Fetke. These are all people that I follow. Kibble is bad for cats and dogs. I was just discussing that with somebody just yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't like him, Dr. Thomas DeLauer. There's something I don't like about him. I don't want to say bad things about him. I also was like a Paul Saladino, and when he went mad for fruit. Mad for fruit. I can't do it. I can't be mad for fruit because I love fruit so much. So much. Here we go. What about Sally Norton? Do you know her? Are you following me on this? Jason Fung, not a huge fan. There's something, I don't know. He's all right. And then Frank Tufano. I used to follow that guy, and then he went into the carbs too. The problem with the carbs thing is. What's going on with this thing? I can't find the, I can't find my thing is not working. Okay, there we go. There used to be a young Jewish lady who used to come on GB News and talk about cryptocurrency. I think she's even wrote a book. Nadja Faraj called her a bright young lady. I don't know who he's talking about. There's that other girl who comes on GB News. I forget her name. I don't watch the English Paul Mason. He is hard left. That's not. This is the Australian Paul Mason. What about Paul Mason? Or that's Dave Mason, the guy in Traffic or whatever band that was for a while. All the health and medical websites I've been reading recently use the term pregnant people. Just pathetic. That is really, really, it's anti-women. It's anti-women, pregnant people. You know, you're right. And they asked the doctor, can men get pregnant? And she said, I can't give you that answer. Or whatever. You know, because that's the world we're in. We're in a horrible, horrible world. A horrible, horrible world. Hey, everybody. How we doing? Are we doing okay, Lucy? Gonna need a bit more info than that other about then that other girl. What was her name? What was the girl's name? I'm gonna see. I'll see if I can find it here. Window capture. Kezia? Could it be Kezia? Girl on GB News. Kezia? Kezia Noble. This is the girl here. This is the girl. This is the girl. Well, that's Instagram. Do you know her? She's very well made up. That's what I have to say. She's very well made up. Have you seen? Do you know who I'm talking about here? I'm not signed into this. I'm not signed in. I'm not signed in. Kezia Noble. Kezia Noble. Yeah, her. Kezia Noble. I wanted people to know how badly I'm being treated, having to do them all by myself, Mark. What are you doing all by yourself? I haven't been anywhere. I've been here all the time. Have I missed anything? No. Give the women credit, Keith says. Where credit is due. Speaking for myself, I don't brag about it, but I came out of a woman. Yeah, why are women saying this? Because they want to get along. They want to agree, and let's all be collegial and get on with each other. The nurses won her case today for harassment of their NHS trusts for not wanting men in their spaces. Not all bad. Well, there you go. They won the case. You know, I mean, I think life will be better when we have a different prime minister. Let's hope. Like what we were talking about today. We need a different prime minister. There's the other girl, Lois Perry, but she's not Jewish. But Kezia is. And she's all right. She's all right. She's all right. I used to be something there. Now I'm in like a dark period. But the dark period is going to end. The sun is coming up. The sun will come up tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow, come what may, tomorrow, you only want to tell people the bad stuff about me, Leanne. What is the bad stuff? I don't want to know. I don't even know what this was. I think you're making a joke. I hope you're making a joke. Yeah, Kezia Noble. She's I was in 101 Dalmatians, Cruella. I was in Cruella. And there were 72 women at the ball. And they were all made up with black hair and white hair and a black dress or a white dress. And it was amazing. Amazing. And they were all so beautiful. They had chosen 72. I think it was 72. Maybe it was 80. 72 sounds like a religious number. And they were all so beautiful. And I'm thinking to myself, look, they chose all those beautiful. I'll be back in the high life again. Only till all the doors closed to me will open up again. The Google Archipelago is here. Hello, folks. Hello, Google. Where are you from? Are you a male or a female? You should run for office, Lewis. People need a good laugh. And you have good ideas, and people need to know the importance of free speech. Yes, maybe that's true, directly from their elected officials. It just seems that the leftist parties don't want there to be free speech. They don't want there to be elections. They're horrible. But what was I thinking? About the movie that I was in, which is Cruella. Did you see me? And they were all beautiful. These women were so 80 beautiful, beautiful women. And then they took their makeup off and their dresses off and the wigs off. And some of them were not that good looking. Some of them were beautiful, but some of them were not good looking. And I'm thinking, I'm not saying who I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of this, but all women can be beautiful or more beautiful. They can, put on the lippy, put on a wig, or whatever you need to do. I stopped at the local hospital with a doctor, asked to go to the loo. They took me to the non-gender changing room. There were nurses changing. I didn't care, but I felt uneasy. They didn't care, but I felt uneasy. So you saw women changing. It's the degradation of women. It's really bad. Lee is here. Welcome back, Lee. Welcome back. Everybody say hello to Google Archipelago. I think it's his first time. Hello, it's me, Lee, but I forgot to change my account. That Google bollocks was me. Oh, I see. So you used to be Google Archipelago. Okay, hello, Lee. Hello, Lee. Welcome back. And Eugene DeVere is here. And the Jedster is here. Kezia Noble is a dating expert. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dating expert. Like, you don't want to make fun of it, but I don't believe in it. And that's one of those things that I've studied a lot, almost as much as food. I've studied dating and red pill with Dr. Rich Cooper, not doctor, but Rich Cooper in Cars, whatever. Inherent beauty. There's lots of beauty that women have that can be brought out. Some people are not born beautiful, but they can be made to look beautiful. And I'll tell you one thing about Kezia. She does herself up and she looks great. And she's a very beautiful girl. Kezia Noble is a dating expert. Welcome back, Eugene DeVere. How are dogs? Are we talking about dogs? We're talking about the movie that I was in, which one of the movies was Cruella. Was Cruella. That's what I was talking about. Cruella. Leanne is saying hello to Lee. I think Leanne could be the number one person in this stream. In this stream. Let me see how we're doing in the stream. I'll go to the analytics. Don't look in the analytics, people. Don't look. Okay, very good. Lee says, I was in the hospital quite a bit as a boy, and some of it was after puberty. I saw a few nurses I fancied in that time, but I was a boy, and they were women of the world. Did they ever throw you a bone? Did they ever throw you a bone? That might have helped you get better. That might have helped you get better, possibly. When Christelle smiles and radiates, she's beautiful. Yeah, women, that's what I would say to men. Lewis was a Dalmatian, 17. Okay, maybe that sounds better, North American English. What are you saying, Keith? That's what I'm saying. So Lee, the key thing about women is women want to know what they need to do when they meet men. Is just say yes. I would say yes. I would say men should just say yes. Men always say yes anyway. When I went for my prostate exam, I was asked to change behind a curtain. This is fresh coconut speaking. I asked to change behind a curtain, which made no sense as the doctor was going to be seeing my backside. Didn't we have a debate about this? Do they still stick the finger up there? Um, when I went for my prostate exam, I was asked to change behind a curtain, which made no sense as the doctor was going to be seeing my backside. I don't know. I don't know exactly what that meant. But I fell in love with onion soup in that time in the hospital. I never had it, and whoever was behind my delight is a bona fide genius chef. Onion soup. I always liked onion soup. I love the cheese. I used to have it with lots of cheese. I don't know what they have it, lots of cheese, like a huge ball of cheese and bread. Did doctors take you for a drink first? Eugene DeVere asked. Funny. I laughed at that. Funny. Yes, they sure do, Lewis. What do they sure do? Blackjack is better. Drinking makes women beautiful. Can. Inherent beauty. I don't know. I like Kezia. NHS onion soup, circa 1986. How are you feeling now? Are you all cured? You've got a competition here for onion soup, Lee. The dentist said my cavity needed filling. Now I'm worried. Well, you know what you need to do? You need to go on a low carb diet. I stopped brushing my teeth. Your teeth do not need to rot. No animal's teeth rot because we haven't been eating our natural food. Our natural food. Have we been eating our natural food? Have we been eating it? I'm not sure we have. Lewis, that's me. You're talking to me. Oh, good. Lewis says Carrie B. They should give males poppers before the prostate exam. It relaxes the anus. I wouldn't know anything about that. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But don't they? You need to. It shouldn't be relaxed. It should be like normal. I don't know. I don't know when they stick a finger up there. Thank you, Carrie B, for addressing that to me. Make it French onion soup. Don't settle. What is the difference between onion soup? I mean, let's face it. Onions are like they're a poor man's food. They don't have enough. They have very few nutrients. I get pissy about my teeth, but their state is entirely of my own making. Well, do you want to improve your teeth? The way you improve your teeth is you don't eat carbs. You don't eat sugars. You don't eat potatoes. You don't eat any of that stuff. You lower the blood sugar, and you don't even need to brush your teeth because all the stuff I don't even know if I know what I'm talking about. I don't even know. Listen, everybody. I'm going to say we're about to close up shop. I want to say thank you to everybody. I want you to think about what the top person who's bread and cheese, of course, to make it French. Yeah, you need lots and lots of cheese. Is that what makes it good? Is that I want you to think about what the largest concurrent viewers have been on this stream. One thing that scares me about prison is that they are given one toilet roll per week. I don't think I could manage that. I think you can. You don't need that much toilet paper. I had a medical and say, you know what, you don't need it. You don't need it if you eat a carnivore diet. You barely poo. And it comes out rock hard. Not rock hard. It can come out hard. So you don't have that runny bottom. That runny bottom. Streaky bacon. I had a medical insertion in my bottom last week where air was pumped in. That's right. You had that CT scan where air was pumped in. Or it was an MRI. And it was not the best thing that's happened to me. To my body. Now I can imagine no. Lee says, we only had a few flavors of soup in 1986. Minestrone, oxtail, and tomato. I never liked those soups because there was never enough food in it. It was all watery, especially in the cans when I had the cans. There wasn't huge pieces of meat. I wanted more meat. There was like 2% beef in it. It wasn't enough. The best thing about my camera on my bum procedure was the trank they give you. Yes, it is. So Selaire says 29. Who else? Any other guess? You got to be in it to win it. Guess the number of people. I refuse to eat onions, as all humans are allergic to them. Yes, fresh coconuts. I agree with that. But most ignore their onion allergy. Yeah, they don't want. There's a reason why they taste the way they taste. They don't want you to eat them. I woke up for poo. Awesome. Yeah, well, we've only been talking about this a second. Yeah, CT scan, Lewis. Thank God it was clear. Thank God it was clear. The way you make clear is by eating the right food. I've been eating bad food for a month, and today was a good day, and I'm going to not eat. I'm not going to have any of the cake. There, I'm going to do like what Judel says. I'm going to imagine me eating the cake without eating it. Bad timing. I think that's what it is. Trank made it all worth it. Yeah, it's good. Tranks are good. Eat raw onions. They are very healthy. I don't think that they are healthy. They're not. They're not healthy. My father used to have onion sandwiches, raw onion sandwiches, not even on toast, just on two pieces of Arnold bread in America. My ex's relationship with her gynecologist goes back a long way. That's a joke. I don't know why it's funny. Heinz apparently have 57 versions of soup. Exactly. That's why it says 57 on the ketchup bottle. New proposed name for your routine, Lewis, if I may. Everything is on the table with Lewis Schaffer. You know what? I'm going to write that down. Lucy Van Pelt says 27. It's so good to have Lucy Van Pelt back. Everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. Show title. Okay. Everything is on the table with Lewis Schaffer. And this is more than Keith, more than conquers. Okay, any other people guessing? It wasn't just soup, I don't think, fresh. They had, no, it was 57 versions. No, maybe it wasn't soup. It was something. It was pickles. 57 versions of pickles. You want to go check this out? We're going to go check this out. We're going to check it out. Are you ready to check it out? What does the 57 stand for in Heinz 57? From various 57 varieties. Okay. He chose 57 because 5 was a lucky number and 7 was his wife's. Okay. Comes from 57, created by the founder. But I thought it was 57 versions of pickles originally. Oh, I was always told it was pickles, but it's not just pickles. It's horseradish and ketchup, all the different varieties. And he got the idea, the story of Mr. Pickles guy, is he came to Britain because he was like bankrupt looking for ideas. And that's where he got the idea for ketchup. He got the idea from ketchup from coming to this country. Okay, so any other guesses? Is that it for the guesses? Nobody wants to participate in this thing. Eugene DeVere, it was good to see you. Keith, it was really good to see you. Lucy's back. Lucy's back in the New York groove. There's Judels and Mr. Cuff. So I'm going to read the top 20 people who've been following this stream. Eugene at 21. Eugene DeVere at 21. Hold on one second. $20 is Julian. 19 is Mark DeRosian. Then Steve Allen was here. Look at a big picture of Steve Allen. 17 is Keith. 16 is Lee. 15 is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lucy Van Pelt. Lucy Van Pelt. Corsi is 14. Rocket League 13. Ulrich is back, is there, and he's 12. Vatanai is 11. Carrie B. I'm gonna go meet up with her on Lewis Grove in Lewisham. Alex is 9. Streaky Bacon is 8. Mr. Cuff is 7. Andy is 6. Joodles is 5. You've moved up 2 from the earlier show. Thank you, Joodles. MC Scott is 4. Celaire is 3. And guess who's number 2? Fresh Coconut. But most amazing, coming back in there is Leanne at number 1. Thank you, Leanne, with 150 XP, whatever that means. Thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Leanne. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joodles. Just fantastic. And they say women can't be as good as men. That's a lie. That's a lie. And so let me just check the number to see what the number is. Live streaming, analytics, and then the top number for today's show. Cannabis says 29. Mr. Cuff said 27. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Is that it? No one's participating. 27? No. Any others? And the winner is, there's no winner tonight. There's no winner because it's 28. We've had 28. The consistency of these shows is unbelievable. I want to thank you all for listening and participating and for coming in. I'll tell you what the information we've had. We've had 113 views in this section. I know we've only have 28 at any given time. People come in and they go, and they come in and they go. Keith Bexley said 26. That's the answer, is 28. We've also, so 28, if people come in and they come and they go, and they come in and they go. But we're going to say goodbye to each and every one of you and say this has been the best show. I'm going to keep the stream going, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5. Will we see you tomorrow at 5? I think we'll see you tomorrow at 5. Any questions, everybody? Thank you, top fans. If I haven't mentioned your name and you'd like me to mention your name, I've only mentioned 20 of the 103 people who've been on the stream. But that doesn't mean the rest of the people. That means maybe 60 people haven't even said they're there. They're just like listening in on the background, judging this show, watching you guys basically perform by thinking. And they haven't had to. Andy, Corsi, Eugene DeVere, thank you, and thank you. Darklands, thank you. Stellaire, I guess I thanked you before because you were like number 2 or 3. So thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow at 5. If I haven't mentioned your name, say, hey, Lewis, you forgot to mention me. What am I, chopped liver? Lewis is very welcoming. And in the moment, thank you, Lewis. I'm trying to be here. No content, just you and me. So we'll see you. We'll see everybody at the whatchamacallit, at the Comedy Unleashed on the 10th. On the 10th. We'll see you then. We will see you then. Okay. We will see you. See you tomorrow.